able to put a stop to it, so not surprised to see them pick that there.
Split's going to be an interesting one to start off this series. It is full census pick.
Ngày xưa, ở nơi sông nước ôm lấy đất trời phương Nam, sắc lệnh hoàng đế truyền đi bốn phương, gọi về những cái tên xứng đáng nhất.
Sắc truyền thiên hạ, triệu hồi hảo kiệt bốn phương, về phương Nam tranh đấu, khâm thử.
Having a year off, it's been tough as a player. Now that I'm back, I think I'm enjoying the most. I don't know when is going to be my last chance, so I'll take everything that's offered to me.
Every time in our bracket, I think we grew even stronger. I believe we can go up again.
저희는 1시드를 향해 달려가고 있기 때문에 맹렬히 돌진하도록 하겠습니다.
Yung hunger ko, yung hard work ko, hindi po times ko talaga para lang mapatunayan na kahit anong ako papunta is nandun yung impact na kaya kong ilagay para sa team.
See you in the server. Good luck.
Khi chương cuối của truyền thuyết này mở ra, chẳng còn lời xưng danh nào đủ sức thay cho chiến thắng. Chỉ kẻ mạnh nhất giữa những kẻ mạnh mới xứng đáng chạm cúp, lưu danh thiên hạ đến ngàn đời sau.
Global Esports.
From Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, it is the first day of the VCT Pacific Finals weekend, and your first matchup is Global Esports taking on Full Sense. Global Esports, it was already so impressive that they did so well in the group stage that they qualified to playoffs and are the first team to qualify to Masters London. The biggest question is, can they take it all? Can they earn everything and become champions of stage 1?
Yeah, you said it, Mika, a historic rise for that team, but on the other side, it's Full Sense.
Absolutely, Pacific's AIM Demons are now on the Vietnamese stage and one win away from the grand finals. Could this be redemption for the Thai squad, who came so close to champions last year and so close to that Pacific trophy?
Yeah, this is so personal for Cruz and Sense. Not only is it bringing a full Thai squad to another roadshow where they fell short last time, but also to an international event for the first time in so many years. He'll also be playing against his old head coach, and he'll want it to be proved that he is the better leader in the server and lead his way and his team into the grand final.
Yeah, this team will be having flashbacks to Japan last year. They missed out so narrowly on that international. Now we know that they've made it there. Can they change that roadshow narrative? Can they get that win here and advance to the grand final?
And suddenly it hits you. Suddenly the players walk onto that stage, they face the fans, and they know that this is their moment. You see the smiles from the players as well, and they kind of transform because they realize that this is it. This is what they have to show to everybody watching Pacific right now.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this match. It is for a spot in the grand final. Both of these teams already qualified in towards London, so both of them want to continue the great momentum they've had through the upper bracket. They've both got an upset over a titan, a behemoth of Pacific on the way into that international event, and they want to prove that they are the best and it wasn't a one-time fluke.
Yeah, they're on the hunt for that first seed. You get that advantage over there at Masters, which is not small, by the way, but I think more than that, it's about the pride. It's about proving you're the best in Pacific when we already know Pacific is the best in the world. This means so much to everybody on this stage, and we just know they're going to bring their A game here, Mika.
I remember when you made a comment, back in stage 1 when you were like, oh, your grand finals is our group stage.
Exactly.
But look at the finals of our group stage. It's like a Masters for champions that we have over here. This is just how we do it. And for these teams, it is the perfect practice before stepping onto that Masters London stage. For Full Sense, we already know that they are experienced at this. GE, that's a big question for them. How are they going to look like on that stage?
Yeah, I mean, it's different. Playing in front of a big crowd, a lot of noise there, a lot of upsets going on, a lot of disruptions to your schedule. How you respond to adversity is how you are able to win. So I think this is a great test for all the players here.
Totally agree. Heading into London, I mean, Cruz is going to be the experienced leader in the server up against Harvey. It's his rookie year as an IGL, and he's already accomplished so much for an organization that had a tough time breaking into the top 4. If Global was to be led by a rookie IGL to win the whole league, that would be something truly historic.
Absolutely. You look at the experience gap between Cruz and Javi on these kind of stages, right? Javi just is starting on his journey, and you have Cruz who said in that, teaser that this could be his last chance.
Yeah.
So that's pretty dangerous for him as well. If he knows it's going to be one of his last chances, then you know that he's going to bring everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think we take a look again at this veto. I think for me it makes a lot of sense, Full Sense, that are selecting split there. Last time we saw it from GE, it was that defeat to Paper Rex, 13-3. It didn't look very strong, so I'm curious what composition that they will be bringing into that, and GE insta-picking that Breeze. We know they're so good.
I wouldn't be surprised if both of them change comp, to be honest. For Full Sense, they did play Deadlock Cypher. It's something that Frost is very familiar with, but it's something that also played quite well into Zeta, I believe it was. I think I said Farrell before, but it was Zeta they played against, and it really cracked down on their double duelers. For GE, they also changed to the Vice comp, which didn't work particularly well against Paper Rex. So I wouldn't be surprised to see change-ups for both of these teams. It's been a little while since Full Sense have played it, and they picked it into this series. So I think Cruz has learned a little something from Frost about mind games and structuring maps and how you're kind of picking them into some of these series.
I think Cruz knows Frost too well to not change here in my mind. Frost is so good at these antis, and we know how good this GE team is when they have a strong anti to work with. I'd love to see a swap coming out from Full Sense.
Oh, I totally agree, and I think that for Full Sense, having a look at the comp they're bringing into here, this screams Paper Rex, this screams aggression. They've been adopting a lot of their comps at the moment, and I think on this attacking side, they want to start out pedal to the metal.
Yeah, we take a look at Global Esports. They're rocking with that Sage. I love the Sage in this meta, and we saw how brilliant it is for them on Breeze. Javi understands this agent so well, and it has so much stopping power.
Yeah, I mean, against the Jet and the Rays, though, they could potentially have a little bit more mobility over some of these Sage walls.
Well, let's get ready for map number 1. Vietnam, say hello to your casters, Paper Thin and Achilles.
Oh, baby, what a pleasure it is to be here live in Ho Chi Minh City. I'm Achilles, that's Paper Thin. We're going to be taking you through all of the action here today. Welcome back to the best damn region in the whole damn world. EMEA, Americas, never. China, you got yours. You got yours.
No, I mean, this is a super exciting matchup to start this off. Two teams, who would have thought they'd get here? Both of them taking down T1 and Paper Rex, respectively. Teams that had represented Pacific at Santiago. Now it's these two teams' chance to prove that they belong in that grand finals, that they belong in London. And how could this be any better? You've got Cruz versus Frost. I mean, the matchup from the old Talon squad. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it really is. And it's the double SEA teams as well here to kick off the day. A spot in the grand finals on Sunday on the line. Lose, you have to play again tomorrow. And for both of these squads, you haven't gotten to see them in a best of 5 this year for Global Esports. Never. Right. They'll be playing their first BO5 guaranteed win or lose. But you want that first seed going into Masters London. You want to have that nice little breather. Sit back, study the other squads, get your prep ready, and then get onto the server and pound. So we'll see who's going to be able to come out on top here. But I really do like the adjustments. The Sage coming up for Javi again as we get ready to go to Split. We've seen that get fits to every single team they've come up against.
Yeah, and we should be seeing a lot of the Sage with Breeze coming into the mix as well for GE. So I'm really excited about this, an agent that I've been begging to see more of for them, to be completely honest, because I think they have some of the best Sage tech and ideas that I've seen in years. So really excited that Javi's going to be piloting that again, that he's going to be bringing out some of that really unique ideas and strategies, some cool walls that they use on Breeze. I'm planning to see them implemented here as well.
Crowd here, excited and ready. to get into the action. I mean, this is just a drop in the bucket for what we've got going on here at Ho Chi Minh City. Down in the lobby, a massive activation for the fans. Line out the door. These guys have been pumped and ready to watch Valorant. I'm so happy to bring matches of this caliber right here to their doorstep.
No, this is so awesome because I know how much passion there is in this country for esports. You know, throughout our years of casting, like we've had so many players, and the viewership here is absolutely incredible. And now they finally get the opportunity, and they are so hyped. I mean, it is packed in this arena. It is packed downstairs at the fan activation. Absolutely insane. And that we're going to be kicking it off with Full Sense and Global Esports on Split. 718 days since Autumn played in his last Masters with FPX at Shanghai. Crazy to think that he's going to be going back again with a whole new team, whole new region.
And of course, a rough road of it. He eliminated from that, had to play the two best teams at the tournament, and nearly made their way into the playoffs himself, but now finds himself already slotted for Masters London, but where they end up in the seeding is yet to be decided. But into the action we do go. Sense slow little creep out. Batman. Little turn. No, ends up getting caught by that flash, and they turn back. They're able to spot him out, and that's going to be JittBoys coming away with the kill. So Batman down. Nice and early. Full Sense now with an open B site.
Yeah, I love the way Primi entered there. It was back first. He was watching for somebody to be tucked up on top of that box. So don't take any casualties, only a smidge of damage.
Autumn, however, will find one. JittBoys does end up getting picked apart. That ain't Primi. It's okay, a couple things there. But Primi is going to be the one taking point here, trying to hold that back the flood. Sees the gun barrel, gets one, gets two! Kahlua going to be joining in, able to find Hobby with Unotan now. Last one standing for the team, is able to find it, but Cruz, cheeky little position, up into heaven, will be able to take him down in Full Sense. Get the opening pistol.
Yeah, not too much to that round. A little bit of contact from the Fade Prowler over towards Cruz. He absorbs that. It keeps the extra players over on that side of the map. And again, this execute so well thought out already. You're covering so much here. Primi gets the spot. JittBoys gets the kill. Autumn does find the one, but who else right on the point of attack clicking heads? It's Primi, your global ACS leader currently, kicking it off just how you would expect.
Solid start here for Full Sense. Going to be looking for a bit of a breezy pickup on the anti-eco. We'll see. Global Esports can really make them work for it. For now, just Trailblazer forward. Primi. Himself all the way to the top of ramp. Meanwhile, it's going to be silence from the stack over on the B side of the map for Global Esports.
I think off of the back of that Sky Flash from Kahlua, I'd like to pull back. Ooh,
JittBoys is getting in too deep here. They're looking to overwhelm them. They shall. A Stinger to be recovered. Primi at the same time, lurking his way through spawn. Doesn't turn back, though, so won't be able to get the spot out on Autumn. Full rotation's now going to be coming through. Leviathan frantically tries to get that spike forward into the site. Primi at the same time, he's cutting back across towards B, and he's not going to be able to intercept anyone.
Gonna read this corner because Primi's already pushed that far through.
Full Sense are so scattered at the moment, it'd be very easy to isolate these kills, but Autumn does eventually get found. Cruz now the silent lurk up the rope. As the spike gets planted, swing in the corner, spot on the one. The turn back, however, and he's only going to be good for the single kill. Unotan able to take him down. The Guardian now in hands for Hobby. This goes into a 3v3, and Full Sense cannot afford to lose any more of these weapons. They still just have that one Marshall in hand. All going to be cutting off some of the sight lines, but okay, Leviathan looking alive and well. Goes ahead and picks apart the final three.
Yeah, it got a little scrappy in there. I mean, it's pretty interesting that Full Sense is willing to send so many players out on solo missions during this anti-eco to kind of explore the map, look for space. And what's crazy is they're given a ton, and it almost ends up costing them because there's these little gaps that Global Esports is able to find. They're able to grab some guns, maybe do some damage. Primi eventually kind of piecing the puzzle together there. Maybe going to be a player tucked in back screens. They're able to get through it in the end, but it looked a little bit dicey for a moment. Strong hold, Patman.
Hell, and right forward into the smoke. Patman greets him with a bullet. It's that headshot, and that's going to be a shutdown on this entry. Immediately abandoned by Full Sense as they are sending three-player wrap into heaven. But Autumn is here. Spot out on the one. It's the dink there on the JittBoys. Going to be Leviathan in Kahlua. able to find 2 kills in response. So this now gets brought into a 3v3 in full sense. Are still looking decent in this bonus.
Yeah, they pretty well aware that strong side is going to be over there. It's just, are you going to be ready for Crystal here?
Well, not quite. Has him lined up. Leviathan and Cruz are both going to be taken down, and now it is on Kalua to try to see if he can clutch this one out. Now we're confirming they have him surrounded. The vent exit now being watched. There really else to go but into this A site. Taking his time. We'll go ahead. Out in the open. This is a bold one, and that's going to cost him. Unable to find the plant. Still 2 kills going to be found in the bonus, but it's going to be Global Esports coming online in round 3.
Yeah, they're doing a good job here, already making some adaptations, ready for that entry that we saw in the pistol. This time is Patman shutting down Premier early, not allowing that space to be gained. Follow up with the wall to make sure that they do try to scale off the back of that, and if it is just a coordinated B hit, that they're able to stall it out. Until they lose a couple players up in heaven. All's well that ends well. Crystal finds 2, holds the line. Now you start getting into the big, important rounds. Rifle v. rifle. Leviathan in the charts right now for full sense with bringing that anti-eco. Abby doing a little perimeter control here in mid, just to make sure that nobody's behind that box, has that wall, can block off some of this space. Flash doesn't confirm anything here, so kind of a interesting information standoff, but GE is reading this so well right now.
Sam trying to flush them out of mid. Pressure applied. Will siphon them down in the sewers. Still as well going to be lobbed in for good measure.
Might try to send a little bit of fake info here, try to keep some players a little bit more pinned. Yeah, you're going to send the dog in. Let's get clear, doesn't get too far for full sense, but GE well aware. Already Yudotan off the angle, but this is the strong side.
Cautious about that as well, because he's one away from having that showstopper online. Crystal's just going to be re-wrapping here at elbow, and already Jibbo's going to be taken out. But Premi is able to find one in response. Autumn now dead. Viper spotted. Cruz doesn't manage to hold his own. Wins out that fight versus Crystal, but Yudotan now comes up with the kill, and the ulti is online. They invested immediately, and he doesn't get the shot on Premi. What a shutdown! Monsters kill from him, but still the round not yet over. Into a 2v2 as Javi healing forward through main. Anyone now will spot him out from on high. Leviathan somehow not coming away with the kill, and now is into a 1v1. 15 seconds remaining. Plant's gonna be stuck around the back, and now they spotted each other out. Patman trying to clutch it. Tagged up a bit and taken down. Kalua will stand tall, and full sense will stave off Global Esports.
Yeah, just a really scrappy round here. Full sense has to fight tooth and nail just to get the spike planted. Remy with some nifty maneuvering gets the kill, gets the updraft, avoids dying to that showstopper. There's a nice little play here where they TP Leviathan up onto the rafters, and then they peek out to clear back of the screens there. It's right there. Nicely coordinated from full sense. Oh my God. Unreal.
He's already dialed in, like he's got him lined up. What a prediction on the angle. Well, now on to the eco attempt here for Global Esports. Dives out, however, Premi's able to find Yudotan first and foremost. You're going to be happy to just go ahead, pick off the one, back away, cut the noise a bit, and now lead in with the Trailblazer to Mail.
Almost unfair. I mean, Premi is just so insane right now. Trying to slow down the dog, but Leviathan will claim Patman's life over here at Garage. See if he can find another. Go around the corner, bit of damage. Paranoia. He blows him up.
Still going to hold his ground here. It does take a little bit of damage, but Crystal can't finish the job. He'll be able to go ahead and back up for the heals. Well, Premi fully team-minded, but it's okay. Leviathan's got him covered. Gets himself a third of the round. Another multi-frag round for Leviathan. He has had his ups and downs throughout the stage. Started things off quite hot, and then out a little bit, but he's going to be showing up like this here in the semifinal. Then that bodes damn well for full sense. We're now going to be up 4-1 off the back of a flawless round.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the things about this team is so much of it is frankly just like not just their coordination and some of their meta reads and their big picture stuff, but also their individual sort of like confidence and feeling. And something Cruz just talked about and that we've seen on stage is that he's done a really good job of getting everybody kind of aligned with their emotions and everybody everybody's having a good time no matter what. Like, you'll see them lose brutal rounds and they're just laughing. It's like they don't have a care in the world, but that is what they needed. Like, Cruz did a great job of identifying how his team needs to function, what they need to be feeling to have success. He's able to bring that out, and we've seen Leviathan start to bounce back because of that.
Yeah, regardless of how the rest of this series ends up shaking out, I think this is a moral victory for Cruz. Is forcing Frost to have to call the first time out.
Wait, who's this guy?
That's true. Cruz didn't remember who the hell he was. Also, great to see Tila back.
Yes. Very good to see him back.
They all was well with the procedure, so it's good to go. And so far, it's off to a roaring start. And we're not really getting to see Global Esports find the same value off this Sage so far. Granted, it's just been basically the one rifle round, but we need to start seeing that value come in. It's so good for them on Breeze. Javi is constantly slowing things up, really shutting things down. But we do have this Jet and the Raze on the other side. You can really just circumnavigate that wall, just go up and over the top of it. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to try to find the value here, so let's see what they can do. Couple ults nearly online. Global Esports, I mean, they basically have a stacked deck, one charge being 4 ults ready to go.
Slowing down the front entrance here, but swings out wide. Oh my god, that was risky business.
I don't always say on that one, trying to get 4, but we'll just end up being that 1-for-1. Javi now down. A lot of his utility to try to slow up this approach.
That means you deny the showstopper, so that's worth it, big time. That's a very fine play for Javi to make. Knocked out a big piece of the puzzle for full sense. Now it's Patman's turn.
Spot out, taking a little bit of damage here through that box. Meanwhile, Furman just dashing forward. Believe Shorty at the ready. As quite able to collect on that headshot.
Look at how quick Autumn is to come behind this.
Well, we're checking out towards the site. Nothing going to be spotted, but like you said, Autumn does make his way forward into A main. Leviathan's going to be caught, so now the smoke's down. Looks like Full Sense are going to try to scale forward towards this defender spawn. Patman just on the other side of this poison orb. They'll have Trimmy dead to rights. Cruz on the counter swing. Will be able to take him down. Trades it back, but now it's still a player deficit for Full Sense. Four will fall, and Crystal collects the kill.
Defenders 30 seconds left.
Blue not quite going to get caught by that. Seeds does cover the spike, has it in hand, but he's going to be pushing into a 2-player stack. Autumn is already counter-rotated back across to the B side. So Global Esports, damn good. Go ahead and secure this round. And that will be it. Final op shot will get Global Esports a second round win.
Well, that's exactly what you were looking for. Some impact out of the Sage, and it completely foils Full Sense's plans in the early part of the round. And they're not really able to kind of scale into the site the way they want to. They get stalled up in heaven. Autumn is quick to make those rotations. So I think that's also part of the adjustment Frost is talking about, that they're going to give you gaps with this comp, with this double duelist comp. Try to take advantage of them. Try to put the pressure on those flanks. And it causes Leviathan, who's aware of it and ready for it, to crumble. And that just puts Full Sense in a completely pinned-in position. So they're going to try this again.
Get off the rip there for Autumn, and oh, they're looking for that boost up, and Yulton ends up sliding off the side of the wall. Still's going to be able to collect one, but Premier quickly trades it back. Showstopper now out for Jit Boy, slowed up on the approach by that orb. So bounding forward, it's going to be into the NBA site, having to evacuate this Global Esports. So even though it's into a 4v4, it still decently does favor Full Sense. However, they do not have that pit available now. Seeing how entrenched they can get in the post.
Spike planted.
They're going to have their work cut out. Again, Global Esports able to spread the map for free, so, and you're going to lose Leviathan there, so Primi going to be on flank duty.
Rez, get him back into 5v3 now. Global Esports knowing how badly they need these rounds online. Primi going to try to be the gatekeeper and keep the gate he has! Unbelievable from Primi! Gets himself an ace off the back of the Rez and slams the door right in the faces of Global Esports.
And that's your global ACS leader right there. That is why I think he's the best player in the world right now. You know he's there. You can't stop him. He's just that good. Unbelievable. Head, nothing but heads. Almost at the 6. Oh.
Ridiculous. And what are you meant to do? For one, peeking him one by one, probably not going to be the play.
For sure.
Hell, throw an army at this guy, and I think he's going to be good to take down multiple people. He'll be able to have one, but Uniton cleans up with that bandit. Comes away with 2 kills. Brimmy and Leviathan both could be struck down. Meanwhile, re-swing out. Oh, Crystal, what a shot! They now look to come alive. Smooth movement from Jit Boys does take an immense amount of damage, though. Down to 4 HP, that healing desperately needed from Kahlua. And this is a wild position to be in. Get haste and then come up with a thrifty. Oh, this would do wonders for Global Esports.
This is awkward, to say the least. I mean, you're going to have to fight in so many different directions to get out of this. Good news is you haven't dropped a gun over yet.
Boys,
Last player
will find the one, but will get taken down. Now it is on Kahlua once again. 46 health. The weapons haven't been recovered, but he knows that he's getting pinched here. Passing over the reload, and that will be his death. So Thrifty going to be confirmed. Global Esports rallying back for a 3rd round win, but we need to see them start to rack up these rifle rounds.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It is a nice round for them that they're able to just hit some shots that maybe they weren't hitting before in the rifle rounds. Sometimes you just need that one Thrifty, really get kind of feel of the game going. And good news here is you caught Brimmy in an awful position where there's nobody to cover him with that Outlaw. He's only got 2 bullets in it. Ooh, Crystal. That is crispy. There you go. So right back into it. Our Global Esports, after like maybe Brimmy was just going to outdo him, but he's going to have the blade, so isn't going to buy a gun for this round. Only a Guardian for Leviathan. So that one round enough to kind of put Full Sense a little bit off balance economically. There's that mid wall. Kind of slow things up. This is a counter to what we saw with Brimmy with the Blade Storm earlier. He pushed up mid, he got a free kill. So this is Javi trying to deny that.
Brimmy, he wants that kill, but Autumn is there for the counter swing. Good coverage. Global Esports will shut down the knives nice and early. Still weaponry in hand for Full Sense to try to put some damage through, but it's a very solid start for Global Esports as they get closer and closer to trying to tie this up.
You've got tough decisions to make. A player down, maybe you can just wait for the wall to drop.
Right now.
Yep. See if do something, but layers here with info, good for GE.
Natural out.
On up, quick little backpedal, slow orb is out. I'm going to be layering the paint shell on top of that. Thought maybe they go for a little bit of a trap play. Instead, Global Esports kind of happy to just open up these avenues a bit. As Autumn's presence is going to be confirmed, but I don't know if they're going to be ready for him to be this close up. And they are not. Autumn able to find himself a 2nd kill there. 3 overall in the round before finally getting taken out. Oh. The intercept, they see the jump across. Do they go for a repivot here? Actually, they can. 15 seconds remaining in the round. They have to commit to this one, and Crystal is waiting down below. We'll get the solid cleanup, just the 1 casualty in Autumn. As Global Esports now 1 away from tying it up.
Well, now they're starting to get some value again out of that Sage. It seems like that's so pivotal for this composition. Having that information layering, and then you have the Boombot afterwards to keep control of that mid space to make sure that you're not giving the opportunity for Full Sense to scale. Brimmy overheats a little bit, maybe feeling himself a bit too much after that 5-kill round. The ace, quite the 6K, but overall, this round looks like kind of the Global Esports that we're used to seeing this stage. When they're at their best, it's good trading, good protocols. They're keeping track of what's going on in the map. Everybody's kind of making the right moves at the right time. And honestly, in a lot of these rounds, it's felt like they've had positional advantage, that they've had some macro advantages, but you're getting out-dueled at times. You're getting beat by some of the prowess of these Full Sense players, which is part of the reason that they're so scary right now, is because, like you talked about, not just Leviathan, but Killua, Jit Boys, like everybody's stepping up. Yes, Brimmy is going absolutely crazy, but so are some of the other players behind him. And this Thai squad can just frag their way out of some bad situations. Frost already pretty fired up to get into the ear of Javi as IGL to make sure that they're doing all the right things. Full Sense. What kind of adjustments they want to make. Are they going to try to maybe spread the map a little bit more? I wouldn't mind seeing them try to take some contact fights with some of this early Sage util. Gives away a lot of information about what Full Sense is thinking, so maybe now is one of those moments where you put some of that trust into your individual players and say, hey guys, just try to take some fights 1v1, see if you can win them. Maybe we can create some opportunities that way and bait out the Sage util a little bit earlier so we can work with it. We can clear it a little bit quicker potentially. Things like that could be thought of, but instead they're just going to cruise through mid here.
Double hero. Vandals alongside these two singers and a sheriff. But yeah, gonna storm their way up through Mail. These maneuvers. Cloudburst getting that coverage. You know, shots here. He is Hobby. Leviathan, however, going to be caught. Good attention paid by Global Esports, but now the pit is going to be in play, but Patman is not done yet.
Spike planted.
It's down Primy. That's one of the Vandals now left on the floor, stranded outside of the pit. As hello? Good to see the game. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Do my best to try to cast off the audio, but Patman has found himself at third. Kalua now dead. Drops. Down. What is that shot, Patman? Locks on for the headshot, and now it's just Cruz who's going to be spammed down at Alley.
Been gigantic for Global Esports. He comes up with some of the best plays you will see. That's another one right there, just to add to the highlight reel for stage 1, Patman. Filthy. He is on. Oh, that is so smooth. That catches Kilowatt coming out of the door. I mean, the drop down there. Drops the elbow, stands up. We know what Pat does at the global stages. He'll let you know. He's not afraid to jaw with you.
Thank you.
Shotgun here. Okay, yes, indeed. Autumn's got a couple different guns.
Whole little arsenal laid out for him, but a little bit of damage. Let me just see if he can get lucky with a stray here, but not what can happen. As a Trailblazer, might even check the corner. I mean, they know that he's here. Boys just pretty held in place for now. Does still have that chill in hand. Doesn't opt to send it. At the same time, though, Cruz able to win out versus Javi over at A main.
I wonder if Javi rode the wall there and Cruz was ready for it this time. Maybe he just tried to pop up and over. Cruz just caught him on a timing. Hard to say for sure. Still, Full Sense doesn't really want to create any more map pressure off of that. Cruz is expecting some kind of re-clear from Global Esports, and he's actually correct. It's just Yudotan, what does he want to do? Does he want to keep pushing forward? Patman going to get the read now, though. So Yudotan has to keep his eyes behind where he wants to rotate to. Knows there's that extra player over there. He knows that Cruz is going to be wanting to create that extra angle.
Patman still down here backside to the corner off the reveal. Jit Boy is going to be taken down. Kalua and Primy now falling to Autumn. As Autumn will give himself another 3K. The spike is on the floor, and Cruz is a world away, being counter-rotated on as well by Yudotan, who's just tracking his every move. 15 seconds remaining, and he would have to likely just win this one out with kills. Give him an opportunity. And now he's got to back away. Another round going over to Global Esports as they will gain the lead.
Yeah, they're really just being very proactive, quick with their rotates, making sure that they're getting players into Full Sense's spaces, whatever they try to make it execute. They've got this B execute on lockdown. They fell for it on the opening pistol. Now they're giving up just a little bit of space for the Jet, and then they're throwing in different ways to stall it behind that, whether it be just positioning with Patman that we saw earlier. Here, it's going to be the Haunt that comes through, gets the reveal, and basically just nullifies this execute. And then what do you do here? You die. Because Autumn, nice little transfer there, and get the third to boot. Great round for him, great map so far.
Yeah. Top of the charts, it's not done yet. Primy dead. And that has been an ill omen for Full Sense. We see that jet ball. Mitchell will be able to intercept this. It's going to be a pit. Block off the ramp. Still are well aware of his position, but I feel like this is just widely going to have to be abandoned because the site is now open.
This might have just been to save his own bacon here, frankly. I mean, pinned in that corner, probably felt like if he didn't do something.
Doesn't actually get the scout here. Push forward from Leviathan, gets slotted against the wall. Do they read this? Yes, they kind of do. They can't do anything about it. Paranoia going to be invested. Autumn still able to hold his own for that one additional kill, but Kalua quickly does take him down. And now it's Patman once again to try to be the hero. Let's get the showstopper out of Jit Boys and has him whittled away at down to 37 HP. And there's one of his own Paranoia available, sends it, connects it. Looking to try to free fire it, but will just end up being overwhelmed. So 6-6 at the half. Perfect parity between these two squads.
Yeah, this is exactly what you expected coming into this match. Both teams going to be really well prepared, really well situated. Pat's fired up about something. Feels like some kind of different response in that round. Just a better check of that corner. Leviathan gets bailed out by Kilowatt. But with paranoia at hand, the teammate was there.
That's done.
Make sure there was no further
Hey everyone,
ability
just follow me.
for Global Esports to do any more damage.
Ready. 3,
Get ready to
2,
go into the halftime.
go.
Bit of a...
This song,
It's
it just
throwing me
sent
off.
me.
It's absolutely throwing me off. I'm supposed to talk about a fan art thing that we got going on, but Jing up on the screen. Okay, we're having fun. But yes, we do have a fan art event happening here for the Pacific viewers. So hoping to see some sick artwork in the crowd, like we always do have from the Pacific fans. So our eyes peeled for that. What is this?
What is he doing? He's playing rock, paper, scissors against the crowd?
Halftime.
I guess so.
All right.
Wingman got walking around the back.
Yeah,
of the ring as
Wingman,
well.
yeah.
Slicky hates this stage.
Yeah. Good. Well, we'll see. You know, you normally would probably feel pretty good here as Full Sense with 6 on your attacker side. You come out swinging, force GE to be the ones to make the adjustments as the half went on. And sure, the adjustments they did make, but it came so late when you're already down 5-2 on, you know, your side of the map. So this is going to be a little bit scary for GE, I'd say. Full Sense, very good on both sides of the coin. Again, Global Esports, you know, they picked that defender side.
Out again. Of the Rift Boys able to get the HL out before falling. That additional damage.
One
And
enemy
actually does get the
remaining.
kill from beyond the grave. Crystal now down. And Autumn is not going to be able to do a damn thing. The damn near flawless pistol. Full Sense going to be collecting a second one in that regard. And regaining the lead by 1.
Yeah, I mean, they're just so decisive, our Full Sense here. They know exactly what they need to do, how to spring into action, and GE just kind of gambles incorrectly on the pistol, walks right into the trap. This gets cut down, and Jit able to get a kill, get another one with the shells. Exactly what you wanted in both pistols in Full Sense's favor. Have another Marshall here for Primi, Bulldog for Leviathan, Spectre for Cruz. Hit with another Stinger. So cheap buy and away for Full Sense. You can get this one to go. Be feeling pretty comfortable on this map. Not sure what tagged him up there. Was the spam from Cruz?
I think it was. Shot's going to be sent out there. Meanwhile, oh, well.
Is he thinking knife already?
Just waiting for his ROM to be ready. Not quite prepared for that one. Well, come on, into a paint shell, lobbed over towards Jit Boys. Doesn't need too much damage. Clue is going to be able to find one. Corner, on him dead. Jit Boys, it's another just fadeaway kill on a paint shell onto Crystal. 2 rounds in a row that Crystal's now died to that one. And it's a big round for Jit Boys. And if he's also going to start really coming alive, then that's going to bode very well for Full Sense. So a very clean Antica.
Yeah, and again, I got to credit Killua here for his positioning. We saw it with the way he's able to back up players pretty quickly, but he knows exactly, and he knows that, you know, Jit Boys is under pressure on site because Jit got revealed by the haunt. He has to throw a paint shells at one side and try to switch to the gun and cover the other, and Killua's there to help him out, make sure that the weak side that paint shells isn't on is dealt with. Just a scrape there. Leviathan caught just doing a little bit of checking, but nothing too severe just yet. Have Killua with that Vandal coming into this round. Primi with a shotgun.
Pops over the Ghost to clear out that Prowler and wants to try to keep that Bucky very much disguised. Make him feel comfortable and come pushing forward into Be Heaven. Boombot not going to be making its way to that position though. And eventually we'll have to clear it out. What's the drift play?
That's a really nice haunt. Prevented him from probably getting one.
That would have been one hell of a shot, but unfortunately Patman has killed forward into Mail, so Primi just puts himself up on a silver platter.
Spike drop.
Unable to get that little collection of wall-off blocking stairs access. This is limiting the retake potential for Full Sense.
They're all over the map right now, Full Sense.
Oh, out of that wall. Autumn, however, to find Cruz, keeps him over at ramp. Back into position. Meanwhile, Leviathan going to fall here in mid.
One
Global
enemy
Esports
remaining.
looking damn clean here. And they make it a flawless is going to be the ultimate question. And the answer is no. Yudaton will fall. Kahlua able to find that kill, but has his work cut out for him. The Vandal could just try to back away, but obviously cash aplenty at the moment here for full sense. But it's looking like Global Esports once again going to be making this tight knit. They will be one round away from tying it up again.
Wouldn't mind taking another gun away if possible, but I think that Global Esports is going to give Kahlua the opportunity as he really gets on his horse and goes hunting. Just a really solid, again, if Global Esports is able to get their util to connect, to get that information, they make great decisions off the back of it. And this is another example of that. Just the haunt to reveal Primi, nobody oversteps, puts him in a spot where he's going to try to guess on a timing of when they're going to come up the stairs from Mail to see if he can get some value out of that shotgun. They never give him the chance. They read that play perfectly. Down he goes. So, Big Boss dealt with. Autumn still continuing to have a great map. That's one of the players on GE with that global experience, that big stage experience. Him and Patman, the two of those players who have been there, are leading for this team right now.
Primi now into the operator. He's going to get himself a collab. Patman and Javi both going to be taken down. Full sense and not want Global Esports to encroach on this scoreline. Boombot out to try to scout around, but now what are you meant to do? Try to ride the wall here. The Prowler's not going to go deep enough. Spot out. Autumn will fall. Primi with a third, maybe a 4K if he can just get this kill on the Crystal, and he shall. Primi, another massive round for him. His full sense will continue to stave off Global.
Just feels like it's so easy for him. He's just in the right place at the right time. Everything he touches turns to gold sometimes, and you know, you expect him to at least get one. Nope, he's got two.
You gotta imagine that this also means something for Primi. I mean, we talk about the cruise and cross thing. This is Primi's opportunity to be like, you had me on deadlock! You put me on Senti! I could have been doing this the whole time for you, buddy.
That's a fair point. There's a little gap in that wall. Weird. Ooh.
Okay, a bit of an overstep there. And Autumn continuing to find the shutdown. Forward to his demise. Patman getting caught. Little attempt at a play. Same with this though. Push through the smoke. Punished by Crystal.
Last player standing.
Full sense. I mean, it's getting picked apart one by one.
Yeah, this one felt a little bit like that full sense that we see when they just try to press a little bit, try to make kind of big plays where they don't necessarily need to.
Spike planted.
It all starts and ends with Autumn.
Clean stuff still here for Autumn, keeping them in this game. I should double back. Yes, Remy did want to be off duelist. I know the lore. Don't come at me.
Toxins going up.
Oh, they're just so nasty.
Get back.
A great awareness by
One
Crystal.
enemy remaining.
You know, maybe they're going to try to scale past that smoke, try to re-clear that space into mid.
Here.
So ready for it. Big important round because so much is going to be invested here for full sense. Another operator, just a guardian for Killua. This one feeling like could be a make or break on this map, potentially in this series. Autumn going to keep that op that he stole off of Primi's body from the previous round. A little bit of a check. Autumn's going to dodge it.
You know, obviously, a little bit odd to sometimes see the Viper bringing out the operator, but given the value that Autumn has been having with this weapon across all of their series, at all, we know that he's right at home with this gun.
Right. I mean, a great chamber player. He has really come alive with that agent. Certainly can snipe.
Tearing it down. Putting in the corner, though, and Yudaton will be able to find Kahlua. Another player advantage, but look at the HP bars. Needing some of those heals to come through, but it's just the one for the Sage available, so Yudaton's going to be stuck at 49, but now they have the pit to try to counteract this retake. Boys, however, has a showstopper online.
Got to find the info here to tee him up.
Boombot to try to lead out, doesn't manage to spot anything. Meanwhile, Patman, what a slow play from him. Looks at that second kill, and he cannot find it. Still gets good damage, but now Jit Boys down into the pit. He's able to find one. Yudaton going to finish off, goes into a 3v3. That Leviathan in the meantime, he's into the back. He's able to find Javi. Still there, found on the position now. No, still gonna be good for the one. The counter spam out from Jit Boys. Takes him down the pit now. Fall on Crystal. The 1v1.
Still waiting. Where are you?
The haunt out, the clear of it. And the time is gone. No chance to try to bring this one back. Jit Boys, yes, with a 4K, but the round win will go the way of GE as they tie at 9-9.
Yeah, I think it might be time for a timeout from Full Sense here. Still close. Jit Boys, with that ultimate, able to make a go of it, but it's Autumn again, who has been tremendous. Continues to just be on absolutely great form. Everything he looks at, it's like they're beach balls. This one right here, almost a double. So close. Leviathan, yeah, cheeky as hell.
See Batman frustrated, unable to find that second kill, but at least breathe a sigh of relief that he was able to win out the round. Grab, that's not gonna scout. Bit of a team blind, I think, on a Primi.
Yep.
Saw the head glowing. Kalua will still be able to find Autumn. And Newton cannot keep that weapon protected. Sends out the paint shell, however, holds his own. Jit Boys down. The heal can come through. Meanwhile, Cruz with another kill. Grabs up the gun. Vandals to try to play this one out.
Last player standing.
Find one more. Feel pretty damn good about their options here. Their odds of closing it out, but Cleveland
Spike planted.
still trusting in his own abilities, going to be sending out those Seekers, but he's going to be gaining too much information.
Yeah, and that wall there means that his little attempt to create a ruse with the Seekers doesn't work at all, so GE knows exactly where he's at.
Not really much of a safe spot to try to go for the Trailblazer either. Maybe if he can get himself slotted along the back of Pillar. Instead, trying to get this catch here, but Paranoia will come in from behind. Patman keeping Hobby protected, swings back, and Patman has the shot. Global Esports into a one-round lead.
So they are really starting to feel it. Stringing some rounds together here on their attacker side. It just feels like Full Sense doesn't really have a great map read. They're going for some of these coordinated plays, and they're not executing them very well. Primi with the Blade Storm early to your own team flash. Maybe a little bit of nerves, a little bit of pressure creeping in. You know, yes, a lot of these players on Full Sense have been on some of these stages, talking about it. You know, going back to Tokyo last year at the end of Stage 2 for Pacific, they've been there, but they still feels a little bit rough for them after that hot start, starting to maybe get in their own heads a little bit. Batman's being really vocal today, my word.
Cross is leaning in on his feet. Gotta be figuring out just what the hell Full Sense are gonna try to cook off the back of this timeout call. Their second and final of the map, so if they want to be walking away with the win on their pick of split, we need to see it all come together here going into round 20.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's just being a little bit smarter about how you're holding your angles and when you're looking for your moments to try to set up those picks. Probably trying to calm the players down a little bit, trying to make sure that they're not making any mistakes, but you need to get too creative, too crazy here. I think you just need to play a pretty standard game. Don't go for the big play, go for the smart play, and make GE have to make those moves. Don't give them the opportunity to get those early first kills and give them that advantage and that comfort to start scaling in towards sites.
Catch. Another Prowler has Cruz backpedaling away, and Kalua's trying to come to the rescue, but Javi has it covered. Patman now flushes out the enemy IGL at stairs. Meanwhile, Patman intercepting, catches Primi. Jit Boys is gone. It's only good for the one kill, and Leviathan. Oh boy, this could be cheeky. Finds the first, gets himself a second, and suddenly he's on for it. Back away. Big fight will push him forward, though, out into the open, and Patman collects it. Solid efforts from Leviathan, but Global Esports all too aware.
This is kind of what I didn't want to see. Again, it's Killua stepping out into mid to try to make the big play, to try to get those kills, and it's just two players are watching it.
It's over a slow one as well.
Yep.
One enemy remaining.
Leviathan gets away with a little bit of trickery, but in the long run, it's not much. Patman reads it perfectly. Leviathan trying to figure out where the hell Patman went after he got that kill in their spawn.
Back here to ramp. Shot's going to be heard. Paranoia not quite going to be connecting with Patman. Ends up overcooking it. Faces forward into 3, all on his lonesome, and Primmy will absolutely take that kill. I think one of these found if they can buy themselves some space. Obviously, the res is available, but there's no relative safety here at the moment for Global Esports. It's going to be a slow approach. We're going to manage to get that ult off.
You do have the showstopper.
You will not
They are going to get that res eventually. Have the wall to protect it as well. Back into the round. Galua looking for some spam punishes. Are going to connect.
Meanwhile, double walk through sewers. Crystal, though, very well aware of this, could still get overwhelmed. Swing in the corner, and yeah, cannot find that first. Jit Boys is like lucky to be alive, but he doesn't even take any damage. Forces go out around him. Meantime, Yudotan, he is trying to sell this on the B site. Two players leaning in towards A. Sends a showstopper up into heaven. Silent ride of the rope. Push through the smoke. Looking for the catch here, but Primmy turns back. He's able to keep Jit Boys alive and in the fray.
Oh.
Patman dead second time here in the round. Full sense. We'll get one away from tying this up, and they shall. Barring an ace clutch from Javi. Goes out, finds the one, nothing more to be collected. Defuse will come in, and Full Sense still in with a chance to take this map as their own.
Yeah, this is more of what I wanted to see from Full Sense, just being a little bit defensive early, giving up some space, but not a lot. Finding that first pick and then using that to set the tempo. It's a cool, creative idea from Global Esports to try to turn this map around. I mean, if Crystal wins that fight down there, obviously it's probably going to look pretty different for Global, but they use Patman's ult over towards Yudotan with the showstopper to try to pull the rotations of Full Sense away, and they do. It just didn't matter because Full Sense was so quick to deal with it, to clear out some of those players and then quickly rotate over to A that never made really any space or time that they needed. Get the job done. So another round, and I think now Global Esports wants to take their time, do a little bit of probing of their own. Boombot does get a little bit of a connection, but Jit Boys is rotating back over to B, even with that Boombot confirming some presence on the other side of the map.
He could have a big play in the mid. He does have that showstopper available.
It's a great hard read.
Oh, creep up Patman and Mail. Second events, and I mean, there are options, but right now, they know it, but Global Esports are about to push into the stack. Look out the alley, jump towards stairs. Boys force away, has to backpedal for now, but just have the showstopper, and that's a disaster.
Yeah, I think.
Not sure what happened there, but it's not going to get any easier for them. Swing the corner, Cruz finds 2. The cleanup is swift. It's a flawless round. And I need a replay.
He must have TP'd into it?
Yep.
Because they used it to clear Jit off the corner.
Yep.
Don't we have a timeout?
Oh. That's after.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
That was flawless. 11-11 now.
Lucky
number.
Team killed. Allowing
11-11, please.
To tie it up. 11-11, and now you're back on.
What the fuck was that? Is that my monitor or their stream?
Thrifty go, but Autumn's going to be taken down. First and foremost is Primmy. And then a kill. The outlaw.
1 HP! Nice.
Barrel stuffing. Patman will be able to find that elimination, but Javi trades it back. Able to work hunt out for them. Weaponry and player disadvantage for Global Esports.
Spike planted.
Spike planted.
नहीं यार क्या दौड़ रहा है यार तू ऐसे?
Will end up dying. Another solid shot from Javi. Picks up a second elimination. Crystal covers, peels back some of that pressure that Primmy is trying to put out, and now Crystal will eventually fall. Swing around the corner. Javi not going to be fast enough to get the catch.
Is it going OT?
Use some damage, but they cannot win the round. Full Sense now. Take it up to 12.
Well, this.
Thanks for letting me know.
It's going to be scary.
Okay, sir, that
because you're going to have a compounding problem from what happened a round ago, where Patman died to Yudotan's grenade. You didn't have to use the showstopper. Jit Boys didn't have to prevent that execute from coming through from Global Esports. So now he's going to have it coming in here to seal the deal.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
You know, he knows this round is basically over, and the rest of the team's not too far behind. 24 kills for him on the op, on the Blade Storm. Showstopper, pit for Cruz with a judge. Expect Cruz here to maybe just seal off mid potentially.
Yeah.
Be the plan.
They need to get Cruz, but that's a very tough spot to get on. Honestly. I mean, किलुआ भी खड़ा है उसके साथ वहाँ पे, and किलुआ के पास अल्टी भी है, sorry जिट बॉय के पास अल्टी भी है, my bad. Oh, who's that किलुआ? किलुआ is Sky. आज लंदन तेरे को लाइव दिखाएंगे मैच, क्या? आजा लंदन तेरे को लाइव मैच दिखाएंगे. यार लंदन अभी कैसे आओ यार? इंडिया में मेरी जॉब है अभी, so can't come लंदन ब्रो अभी. बट हाँ, आप अगर मैच देखने जाओगे तो मैं वीडियो कॉल जरूर करूँगा आपको डिस्कॉर्ड पे, ठीक है?
Will be the open site. Weaker side for sure.
Shit, bro.
Bottom dead, near the prowler, paint shell. In the back, Patman not going to be being into it.
Nice one. That was good.
There's the haunt reveal.
That was definitely good. Fucking genius.
Back here. Even up the numbers. Small flies in a little bit of space. Just now coming through.
अरे नहीं यार, क्या प्ले करने के चक्कर में. Udo.
Still trying to hold his own. 2 kills, Showstopper now going to be thrown out again.
Nice Udo.
Clears it out and gets him into a 1v1. Crystal and Kahlua.
अरे नहीं यार.
Kahlua comes out on top. 13-11, full sets. Pushed to the brink, but still walking away with the win on their map pick and split.
Well, that's exactly what you wanted to see here. A very close first map. Brimmy coming alive for full sense, doing what he does best, just absolutely tearing through people.
इसका जर्सी कॉम्बिनेशन देखो भाई, अंदर DRX का पहना हुआ है, ऊपर में T1 का जैकेट है.
5-2 start that full sense was able to accrue on their attacker side made a huge difference, obviously.
I mean, you had planned for main. तुमने Sky को spot नहीं किया था. You could have played main all that time. I mean, उदोदान ने fight लिया Heaven पे, opponent race की ulti पे भी he chose to fight over there. That's a very good thing. उसके बाद सैचल रहता वो भी मार के निकल जाता, मार के बाद भी निकल जाता. Frost, my beloved. I'll be right back after the half time. Display capture बंद करो.
Feels like a trap potentially set up by Cruz for Frost. I mean, you know that he's going to pick it if you leave it open, so I hope you're right, man. I hope they've got some interesting stuff dialed up, maybe some ways to deal with that Sage, you know, to slow down the Neon Sage combo. There's some really cool stuff you can do with that. Maybe not, you don't even need to run the Neon yourself, probably more Jet for Primmy, and that makes it a little bit trickier for Hobby to get value out of that Sage.
Yeah, the prep work from T-Love as well as Sushi Boys has been incredible for Full Sense in making it to this point of, you know, already qualifying the Masters London and then being here in Vietnam. So perhaps they're going to be able to work some more of that magic. Perhaps they just come out and destroy Global Esports at a 2-0, sending them down to that lower final.
No.
Hard to say. But pressure certainly is going to be mounting. Want to step bounce back though from Global Esports and even have that limited exposure to stages like this. You've never been into a best of 5.
Vâng ạ, xin chào các bạn thân mến, tôi đang cùng với cả thuyền trưởng của Full Sense là huấn luyện viên T-Love Family sau cái ván thi đấu thứ nhất chậm nhưng mà chắc và đã thành công từ phía Full Sense. Vậy thì Thi map thi đấu thứ hai sẽ diễn ra với một cái kịch bản kết cục như thế nào? Hi coach, so how's the second map gonna go? How is Full Sense gonna approach?
แบบ2จะจัดการกันครับ
ก็เน้นหาบวกครับแล้วก็เน้นสู้ฝ่ายตรงข้ามในที่เขาทำเสียงแรกประมาณนี้เน้นบวกง่ายขนาดเอามันอย่างเดียว
Just focus on aim, focus on our plans, what we gonna do.
Chúng tôi không quan trọng quá nhiều điều, trước mắt là hãy cứ tập trung một trận đấu đã. Vâng ạ, chúng ta sẽ cùng nhau chuẩn bị sẵn sàng tới với cả map thi đấu thứ hai. Thank you coach, thank you.
To 11 is the score line, and Global Esports managed to take it very close, but Full Sense deny that map from them. And it was just such a powerful showing on the side of Full Sense. I mean, Primi is in form. That's very scary.
Primi's the guy. I love watching him play. He showed exactly why. He didn't miss a beat from what we've seen from him. This round is ridiculous. I can't believe they stole his 6K.
I mean, yeah, it was a little bit rough to watch at certain times. Anybody that plays against Primi is going to have a rough time. But Autumn on the other side of things, Patman, the two experienced names that we know in GE in this kind of environment were the ones to really deliver. It was definitely a winnable game for Global Esports, but a couple of rounds that kind of went away from them, a couple of small mistakes in terms of the Sage walls and the Viper walls at times. Like there was a gap in a couple of these Viper walls over towards A main that they unfortunately got punished for. So look, Full Sense took them all 24 rounds, but they do take their map pick.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I do think there's a little bit of nervousness on the stage still. I think the GE players still very much warming up to this environment, so I think I'd expect a much better map too from them, Mika.
Yeah, definitely. GE might still be warming up, but Full Sense are in form. And as we come back to the desk, we have a very special guest joining us. We now have two people on the desk who can sing the GE fighting song. Benkai, welcome to the desk. It is so good to see you back here in Pacific. Just overall thoughts on how you thought that first map went.
I mean, first of all, I'm so happy to be here to finally give my analyst as a player, a coach, and now as talent, and to give my expert opinion on what just happened here.
We definitely appreciate you here because you know, these two analysts, we need a bit of an upgrade, so it's so nice to have you here over your former coach. I have to bring it here, but yes, go on.
Yeah, so basically Full Sense played really well.
You are still answering like a player. You are still answering like a player. You're still answering like a coach. But no, that first map was just like absolutely what we want to see when we come into these kind of settings from all of these players.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I was getting a little bit nervous for Full Sense towards the end. You feel like, especially when they're on the defensive half, their main move is walk at you and try and take these timings. That does worry me a little bit as we head towards Breeze. But it's all for them. It's all about hitting their shots. We just heard T say it as well. So I think if they're able to find a way to make that work, they should be feeling good about this series. But it did go, you know, they needed both pistols. This went the whole distance.
Yeah, I mean, we already heard it from Frost in the coach interview before we kicked off this game, that they've had some games where they lose both pistols and they play better on the gun rounds. I think there was an element of that, particularly in the first half, but as I mentioned before, some shakiness from GE, a couple of rounds where maybe the Viper walls or the Sage walls weren't necessarily where they needed to be, but I think overall, like that across-the-board performance that we saw when they beat Paper Rex, where everyone's contributing, everyone's having their moments, it kind of felt more like a two-man show on that first map, but it wasn't their map pick, to be fair, so I'm sure on Breeze they'll have a little bit more consistency there.
Yeah, for sure, but we look at the stats that we have here right now, and as we can see, it was very, very close indeed, and you even see GE there getting more first kills than Full Sense did.
Yeah, I mean, this is something Frost spoke about, right? He said we keep getting these advantages and we keep throwing. You asked him, Mika, what do you guys need to do to really get to that next level? And he said we have to stop throwing. We have to stop throwing.
And then you're an expert on throwing, so what do you think about it? What do you think about it?
Okay, no, from the way I see it, like sure, when we look at the scoreboard, Primi is playing really well, but I feel like GE had so many mistakes with their utility that gave him those openings. Like you said, like the Viper wall gave Primi that 4K with the AWP, and then other rounds where you have Crystal waiting in sewers and two guys just like 2 free kills just walk right in front of him and he misses.
Yeah.
Like those kind of huge mistakes that I feel costed GE this game.
Yeah, a little bit of shakiness there, and someone like Primi is going to take full advantage of that. Solid game from him, but he had a lot of help. I honestly am liking how well-rounded Full Sense is looking at the moment. I thought Jib Boys was very good on the raise yet again. I'm loving Leviathan more so on some of these controller roles. He's had some great timings. I saw it in the T1 series where he was having a lot of impact, and I think on Split there he did quite well for himself as well.
Yeah, and I think it's very, very scary when you see a team like Full Sense, and you cut to the player cams and they're like, hey, 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 hey. That is a very, very scary thing to do when you have players like Leviathan, for example, on the side of Full Sense. When you know they're having a good time, oh, that is absolutely scary. Now, of course, there were a lot of good plays on the side of GE as well. They used the Sage very, very well, but when you're up against somebody like Primi, for example, what exactly are you going to do?
Well, the Sage specialists are GE at the moment. I think they're using it by far the most out of anyone in any region that I've seen. Obviously, you'd know the Sage very well because you're from the Dinosaur era a couple of years ago where Sage was meta on Split. How did you find it?
I'm glad to see them like try different walls like in innovative ways that we didn't really see. But I feel like we really need to touch on Padman a bit more because he as the Omen was taking all of those risks. Even though there was one round where he just TP'd into Urotan's grenade and died. But when you need to have that kind of Omen on your team that's willing to take like all of those risks, like getting risky TPs, pushing the envelope even further. Like there was some rounds where you just see Padman in their spawn.
Oh, I am really sorry. I didn't realize that
That's so important.
I have a screen share, but not at this. Bro, the window capture is not working for some fucking reason. So if I click over here, window capture, and then make source visible, and then over here, if I click on GE versus full sense, so it's working now. Yay! Let's go. Let's play capture. You can fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, I love their game plan overall for me, where I feel like, I think a lot of teams with this Sage, it's so easy to just hear noise wall up in the main, right? It's very, very standard, but I think they had a lot of boosts, they had a lot of different ways around it. I think they are probably the best team that I've seen with this Sage.
Okay, see, if I do this,
yeah, I mean, they changed their comp
that
going
goes
into
out,
It's
right?
something that Full Sense will have to play around on Breeze as well. They've won 3 Breezes in a row. Their Sage tech has been great, not only on the defense to disrupt, which Full Sense will have to attack first, but when they get into the post plants, it's very annoying to retake into
now,
Sage, and you still have
I think I don't need
player matchup here. It was the 2 Razors. Honestly, Udatan, ever since he joined GE, actually, one of his best kind of maps that we see from him was the Raze performance when he was even just subbing in on that duelist role. So I think that he's had a bit of a rougher game then, but not too bad.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see what G is going to do in order to come back. Luckily, we have Frost standing by with Dasher for a quick interview.
Xin chào các bạn giả thân mến, ở bên cạnh tôi đây đang là huấn luyện viên Frost, thuyền trưởng của Global Esports. Và chúng ta hãy cùng nghe xem là huấn luyện viên Frost sẽ chia sẻ rằng là Global Esports, các chàng trai của họ cần điều gì ở bản đấu thi đấu thứ hai. Hi coach, so a tough first map. How about the second map? What do the boys need?
We're very good on the second map, so I don't really think we need to do much. I think they surprised us in a sense by picking split, but look, we lost 2 pistols and we got reset on the first half, caused a bad chain reaction. We're totally fine, don't worry.
Tất cả mọi thứ sẽ
अरे यार निकी कोई बात नहीं यार, ये थ्रोअर्स क्या कहाँ थ्रो कर रहे हैं यार, ऐसे नहीं बोलो यार आप। ऐसे कैसे थ्रो कर रहे हैं? टैश बनी यार, मैं ना इससे पूछूंगा टैश से कि अपन नेक्स्ट गेम एक साथ कर सकते हैं कि नहीं, एक साथ स्ट्रीम कर सकते हैं कि नहीं?
Crowd reaction as well. You know, he said that we're very good in the second
That's Mika, right? Like
they know that it is a challenge, but Breeze is indeed Global Esports' you know, signature. It's become a signature
Bro,
for them.
Breeze can be Global Esports' map, but I'm telling you, okay, Full Sense are more than prepared to slam them down. And I have a feeling that Global Esports loses this. Okay, no biasness, but I have a feeling that Global Esports loses this. I am a die-hard fan of Global Esports, but I have a feeling. Okay, please prove me wrong. I want to prove myself wrong. Please prove me wrong. I want over here. I want to be wrong.
Especially when we look at their attacker half as well, they love to contact around the map. They they don't have a lot of tools for hard execing, bursting these spaces. So if Primmy's there on the op, that could be scary.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, you know, double duelists coming in from Full Sense. I want to see if they're going to comp swap. They did lose this map to T1, who were playing a Harbor comp with a double E-net. That can be annoying in itself, kind of disrupting you with the KO. The Sage will play somewhat similar to that in the sense that when you're going to try to contact burst some of these mains, you might have a wall in your face. You might have multiple slow orbs, and then you might have to go back to plan B or C. So I'm looking to see not only how the Sage is used to kind of disrupt some of the mains, but we even saw some really cheeky walls where Harvey was walling himself up in the middle of the map to get picks and things like that. So those are the kind of things that Full Sense will have to be well prepped for, because you've got plenty of film of how GE likes to approach this map. How well have you prepped for this as Full Sense, knowing GE quite well at this point?
Yeah, absolutely. For me, it is that mental game that comes into this. This is the second map, and of course, Global Esports, they just lost the first one. How do they come back from this? Especially since it is an ego hit for the side of Global Esports. You can see Full Sense, Bruce, he's just being charming on that stage.
Why is he mugging me right now? Yo, calm down.
Maintaining this eye contact. Here, Benkai is actually staring lovingly into the screen as Cruz as Cruz does that. But yeah, it is the mental game coming for Global Esports. Padman was very, very active all throughout that map. I want to make sure that this doesn't affect him too much.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think Pat and Autumn were two very solid players, but we know they've been to those international stages before. They've played in front of big crowds. For me, it's the other three. I want to see that same consistency that we saw from them over in playoffs, over in the group stage, back in Korea, because all of them have had highlights. All of them have had moments where they've really shone, but now it's can you do it on the big stage here in Ho Chi Minh City where it matters most.
That's absolutely right, and we are bringing up the agent selection on Breeze. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
We have a change up for Full Sense. They were previously playing the Harbor. I think they're going to give Leviathan a little bit more comfort on the Omen. It's the agent he's looked best on lately, so I'm looking to see how Full Sense adopts their attack. It'll give them a little bit more movement as well over the Sage Walls with the TP.
Yeah, I mean, I want to ask you a little bit about that, Ben. We knew Global were going to bring in that Sage. What does Full Sense need to do to beat that Sage?
I think they really need to condition the Sage to put up those early walls so that she just burns the walls and just make them push Global Esports into like a more uncomfortable position when they're trying to retake or when they're trying to hold.
Well, we're going to see if they can indeed do that as we toss it on over to Paperthin and Achilles.
Thank you very much. Here we go into map number 2, Full Sense. Changing things up, moving away from the Harbor, and once again kind of just leaning into the compositions that Paper Rex had pioneered on both of these maps. So we'll be seeing Leviathan back over onto that Omen. Talking about it, that's going to be maximum comfort for him, but is it enough to get through GE's comp?
Yeah, it is going to be very challenging. This is GE's best map, one of the best brief teams on the planet, and this guy right here is the real focal point for that, the real pivot point around which his GE team operates. And it's going to be a challenge here, no doubt, but you know, you've seen with Full Sense that they can get off to some good starts. They can keep you off balance, like Frost was mentioning. You know, they win both pistols. That's a big difference maker. So he still felt confident that Global Esports could turn this around right here, right now. In this defender's half, they're very good on both sides of this map. Over 60% is insane to have on both attack and defense on Breeze. So Full Sense starting on the attack every time. Like, this has to be another kind of big start for them, similar to what we saw on Split.
Barrier is now dropped. Autumn just going to be posted up. As it's a heavy 4-player stack on the A side of the map, then Full Sense are starting to lean this way. On forward, ready for that initial contact. Has the relay bolt to try to slow up the approach. Here they go. Now winning forward to Primi. Yep, he caught a glimpse. Autumn still going to be able to find one, but Leviathan quickly will take him down. And Full Sense, they are looking to go 3 for 3 on the pistols as Primi has gotten 3 kills.
It's just crazy good awareness that they have on these pistol rounds, especially Primi. He's just so aware of where players could be. Atman finds a little bit towards Leviathan, but he's looking for that reswing.
Nothing more to be found. The Jit Boys will just take him out. Kalua the only casualty, and another pistol in hand for Full Sense.
It's an interesting position because sometimes that trademark will be around that corner, and I think Yudotan just trying to play in an unexpected spot. It just does not work at all. The Cloudburst right in his face forces him to reposition. He gets caught on the edge of it. Primi just, again, absolutely disgusting with the ghost.
I think overall, if you're Full Sense, you can kind of play this the way the teams play against you. Find out where Patman is, and then just go to the other side. Doesn't matter if there's that 4-player stack. Just give him that similar treatment.
Just avoid the Viper, profit. And there you go.
There goes Autumn.
Yeah. That was over at B.
Cruz trying to this aggression that is coming his way. Will be able to avoid it. The walk is down into mid, and Cruz quick adjustment finds that kill. Primi at the same time, though, pushing forward, reads Hobby's position very well. Quick scope is the plan. Meanwhile, Cruz still just picking apart the flanks as Crystal's the last one standing. Not there to try to flush him out. They know that he's low. Crystal should. Well, I was going to say well slated to get this one, but nope, Primi. He's out of cannons. He gets a shot. It's going to be a flawless, and he is 5-0 to start.
Yeah, already you can see the prep from Full Sense. Just every little nook and cranny that Global Esports is trying to tuck into has been read and dealt with. Oh, the bullet came through, and Leviathan, it's a little bit of a peek over his smoke. Yeah, Primi not falling for any of these traps so far. So a flawless.
Yeah, today's just been insane.
Oh, well, he's...
Well, not that it isn't on most days.
He is in unbelievable form right now. And he's confident. I mean, he's been tweeting and he's stood up. I've never seen him do that. There you go again.
Yeah, he's continuing. Javi trying to find something here in mid, but he's only going to be fighting death. Autumn, 40 is going to be able to find one. Nearly gets the kill here on a Primi. Eventually will be rewarded with it. Finds that kill. He keeps the damage taken, but they're still going to be in a disadvantaged position. Autumn as well, just strafing across that snake bite, ends up eating an immense amount of damage.
One enemy remaining.
Oh. Clean tap. We know exactly where he's gone. Some limited options. His paranoia through. Autumn will look up. Does manage to find the one, but what more can you do? 48 health. I mean, granted, Jitboys and Cruz, 58 health between the two of them. Does become possible, but he's got to find his opening kill to start. Jitboys just going to see tucked it back orange. Really make Autumn scratch his head over this one. He's being made. The counter swing. Not quite there. Jitboy's looking for the angle. Eventually will find it. And that is going to be a bonus converted for full sense.
I love this cheeky little play from Leviathan. You know, Ben Kai was just talking about this on the desk, which you want your Omens to be aggressive. You want them to take risks. And even though he dies to Autumn here, it's a good play. It's a high percentage play. I mean, Primi, what do you do against that? I mean, he's just ready for you, and he's just going to swing right onto your head with an outlaw. Autumn doing his damnedest today. Putting up a good performance, able to shut Leviathan down. Ready for that TP, but it's just not nearly enough. Now he can just keep on this outlaw, and everybody's going to be one tap to it again. And Autumn with the hero rifle goes for a peek. Oh my God, that's so risky.
Quick little exit there. Meanwhile, Primi, he's got an outlaw on hand again. He's looking at the numbers. He knows you don't have armor.
Not just shooting, you can do a little math too. Now what do? You try to take some spaces. Yudotan, that full sense just has been dialed in on this angle. A lot of these rounds. Deploying drone. The anti-eco, but might have given it up. They might have opened up a window here for Yudo to at least get one.
Toxin screen down.
So the walk down. Yeah, Yudo. Kind of caught out in the open. Push forward attempt from Javi. Will end up falling. Kahlua finds the kill, and I think you got to be seeing a timeout call off the back of this round. With that dark crystal, not going to be able to spot anyone. As Primi continues to linger around mid here with Kahlua. Not out, so they know that that's over.
Spike planted.
Pushed down deep.
One enemy
Trying
remaining.
to come away with it, but Kahlua will just strike him down, and this is going to be a flawless. Autumn does have a Vandal in hand. And yeah, he's not going to be able to find a kill with it. So flawless confirmed, 4-0 start for full sense. And I think you have to start ringing the alarm bells here for Global Esports.
It's so tough for them right now when you're in this current meta, which is a contact-heavy meta, right? A lot of double duelists, like what Full Sense is running. Even though you've got the Chamber and the Sage, you're still looking to take a lot of those fights out of, you know, a flash or any kind of other util to back you up, and going up against some great contact players, the best contact player in the world right now in Primi. It is so difficult. So now Autumn has to get value out of this tour de force. He's able to get into it here in round 5.
Nowhere near him, at least for the moment. Thrown from Patman. Ab sent in, but somehow nothing really connecting. He's going to be spotted, rerouted, has to pull back around the wall. He's just been digged out through the wall. Shock Dart's going to be layered in. Patman is absolutely dead. Full sense. Nodding their eyes and crossing their T's. As Global Esports are just getting ripped limb from limb.
So clean.
Go, go, go!
Get Autumn into a position to try to find some value here to peel back some of this pressure. It looks like Yudotan just going to be backpedaling away to try to hold on to the weapon. Autumn has recovered a Phantom, so I guess he's going to be very much doing the same, but this ulti ends up meaning absolutely nothing for Global Esports.
One enemy remaining.
Brutal. Dropping another gun in this situation is just catastrophic for Global Esports. We'll hang on to the one, but I mean, what's so impressive right now for me, for Full Sense, is the confidence and then just the the clearing of every possible angle, of every little nook and cranny. You know, they know Patman's back there somewhere because he's spamming through early, so they just set up for the little trap to deal with him. They use that damage that they find to connect the shock dart. I mean, the coordination right now for Full Sense is really, on top of their own individual prowess, is what is really starting to get them the ability to take these strides to get ahead of global esports.
I mean, it's 5 rounds played, and so far, Full Sense have only suffered 5 deaths.
That is an outrageous stat. Average losing 1 player of a round, and twice it was Primi.
He's almost got half of the team's deaths. Is Primi washed?
Can't believe you've done this.
This is something that needs to change very quickly here for global esports.
For sure. And you're just about to start to come into your ult cycles, but so is Full Sense in some ways, so they're going to have that Hunter's Fury maybe around the same time Crystal does, so they're going to be able to maybe use those checkmates as easily. Primi.
Avi under pressure. He was effing up. Still knows that the scaling is going to be coming through, so sends out that slow warp and will be able to hold his own. Shitboy's maybe getting a little overzealous in front of the team. Going to be traded out though, so Neon for Neon. Bit of a heal through. Javi back up to about half HP, but Primi will swing the corner, finds that elimination. Patman now known and dead.
30 seconds left.
Autumn, once again, last one standing, will be able to find another kill here on the Primi. He's tagged to 70. Can even really try to make a go of this. Spam down, will end up falling. That is a 6-0 start for Full Sense, and something's got to give if Global want to get themselves into this map, because right now they are looking absent.
Yeah, this is one of the rounds where I would say Full Sense maybe gives some hope and opportunity to global esports with a little bit of an overextension from Chip Boys there, trying to relieve the pressure onto Primi. You know, but the rotations were pretty fast here for global, so he was kind of in a weird spot. Didn't end up mattering in the long run, but that was about the only thing I've seen from Full Sense so far that kind of made me go, well, that wasn't ideal. Overall, they're still bailing themselves out. Good firepower, some good play, and it's going to take one hell of a timeout here to turn this around for Frost. Already down 6-0 on your map pick.
Yeah, I mean, we heard it from Frost, like, yeah, sure, you can say, you know what, we played a close game on their map pick. We didn't get the pistols. We still managed to make it to 11. Well, now you've given up another pistol, and you got the bonus converted, and you haven't been able to win a round yet. So this is dire straits. Global Esports looking like they might just very swiftly be kicked down to that lower final to play back-to-back days.
Could just be one of those days where it's just a, you know, you might lose, okay, but it's more about what you're learning here, getting ready for tomorrow. If it does come down to that, still not over yet. You've still got some hope. Javi's got his ult. Autumn's got a glass cannon up. This is going to be rather interesting. You can find some value. Wants that mid angle again.
Autumn trying to heal overstage, trying to find that timing. Cannot do so. Quick rendezvous back into a reposition. Meanwhile, Gale forward to the mid, going to be caught. Javi with a nice shot. Will take down Primi and Leviathan dead moments before. Them into the best position that they have had all map long. Cruz now gone as well. The one player remaining. Kalua will have to pull off an ace clutch to try to keep the win streak going, and he's already been knocked down to 30 health. Dodge of the stun, but swings out to his demise. Autumn will get the final kill to get Global Esports their first round win.
Now, all this took was just intentionally giving up a little bit of map space to bait Full Sense into some traps. You know, with Autumn there, understanding that he can eat that relay bolt, use his TP to get out, tee up Patman, who's, you know, that player that you alluded to earlier. Just don't go at him because he's going to surely do some damage to you. Javi just holding the line, keep her up mid. Again, even though you give up that space, protocols are there for global esports to cover up those layers, to cover up those gaps. They do so very, very nicely. Now you're going to have armor as well behind this op, and Full Sense, the question becomes, how do you want to deal with it? You know he's probably going to be there again, or at least you're going to have to respect that that op line is going to be similar. There's going to be not too different of ideas. Udotan going to be the one to check Primi had dealt with Patman when he had tried to cover that
Yeah.
spot.
We'll send out the drone. That timing shot for the rendezvous. Hunter's Fury in to try to get this catch. Does get that second shot to connect. So Autumn down to 70, but cannot confirm the kill. Kalua, however, he's able to find Yudoton. He just peeks back in and in. Just outside of the pillar. Meanwhile, Jitboy spamming through. Patman has been dropped. I think that might have been full blind. Red now have to be committed. Kalua will hub for this, but ends up overstepping. So now back into a 4v4. Still low. Heal available. The overdrive is going to be popped here. Yudoton able to find the one. Jitboy, however, with the ult of his own, comes away with a 3K, and now it's down to Crystal. Just now finding his first kill of this map. He has the Neon on the flank. And the body conquer, but Jitboy is going to have the off as well in hand. Picks up a 4-piece for himself. In full sense, they stop Global Esports from building up any kind of momentum.
This is just a great counterplay here, thought up by Cruz, where he's like, I'm going to use the drone this time to clear the chamber. We're going to use the Hunter's Fury to open up that space in front of A. We can give ourselves a better opportunity instead of all of us just flooding through double doors. Jitboys with a reactive ultimate, do some serious damage to deal with the op, to clear some extra angles. In the long run, able to find the 4K.
Oh guys, I'm really sorry, but I'm back. Where's my camera? There you go. Yeah. I don't know why we are losing so fucking bad. I think 4-8. 4-8. Call it 4-8. We win 4 rounds. 4 is all we are getting. Sounds like a tough critic, of course, but I'm not. This has to be a very common thing, no? क्योंकि देखो global esports Breeze speak up बार बार कर रही है. सबको समझ में आ रहा है कि global esports का strong map है. So yes, Crystal have a very big time. You should go. You should go. Crystal fight कर. Nice Crystal. Ace. यार उसका ace ले लिया यार. क्या हो गया सिली? इधर आ.
4K when they so very desperately need it. Kind of interesting here. Full Sense has been really proactive about clearing out the elbow. This time they don't.
Hey.
They're at least checking for it. They pay the price. They get so
Crystal is a very high sensitive player. That's what I can understand.
Nails the timing. Yeah,
it's too much.
Looks like it
उसका aim
wants to try to punish it.
Nice guys. Come on. We got this guys. Come on. यार मेरे को शाम को निकलना भी है यार. A lot of things to do. Wall बनाओ निकलो बात खत्म और क्या करना है. Nice shot.
Managed to take him down. So a lot of that pressure now going to be peeled away. Global Esports well set up to try to give themselves a third round win.
Gotta try something else. That A site. See way too much over there.
Cruz the mastermind.
Chamber. You see the Sage. You see the Neon. Sova.
Nice one, Pat. I feel like आज Pat खुद को feel नहीं कर रहा है यार. उस रीजन से उसका गेम खराब हो रहा है. कुछ तो रीजन है पीछे. Sorry.
Live, still obviously a consideration. And he will find Autumn. Back to even numbers.
अबे यार लगता अचानक से 4v3 हो गया. हमारे पास मैन एडवांटेज था. देखो भाई क्या ही बोलूं. Just global esports things. Just global esports things, guys. Just global esports things. Sarji, I'm in clutch core. Congratulations, bhai. Congratulations. Very happy for you. Congratulations. सुन के बहुत अच्छा लगा यार. मेरे ट्रेंड प्लेयर्स अच्छे टीम में जाने चाहिए. अच्छे टीम्स में जाने चाहिए. क्या लिखता है? यप. भोसड़ी के कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस बोला मैंने. थैंक यू बोलना होता है. मेरे हैंड पिक प्लेयर सही है. जैल में पूरा वाइब्स, सैल में पूरा वाइब्स पर। हाँ थैंक यू। अपना लाइनअप क्या पूरा? क्या बात कर रहे हो? कौन कौन है जैल में? होली शिट। सैम, गट्स और सैम एक साथ खेलेंगे ऑलमोस्ट सारे। क्या बात कर रहे हो भाई? रेने और सैम एक साथ नहीं खेल पाएंगे अभी, क्या करने दो, प्रॉब्लम आएगा ही आएगा। कापू, वाह लेट्स गो, कापू इज प्लेइंग भाई। मैं तो उसको बोलता था भाई कि तू खेल, मत छोड़। Let's go भाई। सर्दी लग गया। I want them in opponent tomorrow. कल क्या है तेरा? उदो क्या कर रहे हैं वहाँ पे? कोई नहीं उदो। Nice one. He's aware of it. Nice उदो। भाई ये राउंड निकालना पड़ेगा कुछ भी करके। टाइम है उनके पास। टाइम है, आप स्किप कर रहे हैं। क्रिस्टल उतना दूर क्यों है? What the fuck is this scaling?
Another 4K, another monstrous.
उतना दूर क्या कर रहा है क्रिस्टल?
Just look out, London. This guy's coming. He is out freaking rages.
भाई ये डबल डुएलिस्ट डाइव इन ना भयंकर है। मतलब फुल सेंस प्रीमी इज हिम भाई। बढ़िया लिया।
Just know he's good for the rest. You can just feel it. Unbelievably clean. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, thumbs up across the stage, but gritted teeth, I'm sure. Global Esports, the best they can hope for now, if they can pull off this thrifty. He's a 3-9.
स्पॉट क्या रहेगा ना इसने? ज़ावियर ने? नहीं यार, अल्टी वेस्ट हो गई। अच्छे से अपना अल्ट मारते हैं ना बाबू, रिकॉन डाल के ड्रोन ही कर लेते। अगर स्पॉटी वैसे अल्ट मारना था तो जल्दी मारते। स्टार्टिंग में वो आगे थे। अब ए रीहीट कर रहे हैं। ज़ावी अकेला है, ये मार नहीं पाएगा, मर जाएगा। इसके पास शेरिफ गया, डूम खत्म हो गया। सेट फ्री मिल गया, क्रिस्टल कुछ नहीं कर सकता अब। उसके पास भी शेरिफ ही है। वॉल पे बैठा हुआ स्पैम खा जाएगा। देखो उसको मार्क भी किया है। ये देखो तीसरा भाई 2-10। बाप रे, बहुत खराब हालत कर दिया यार। मैंने 2-0 कॉल किया था, मैं आते ही बोला था कि फुल सेंस जीत जाएगी। देखो वॉच, क्योंकि जी का ये पहला मैच जो जीतना था ना, स्प्लिट उनको जीतना था क्योंकि उनके हाथ में था वो मैच। उनका हाथ से मैप लेके गया है फुल सेंस वालों ने। कॉन्फिडेंस की तो लगनी थी भाई। I know भाई, things work. ये लो सीधी कॉर्नर में बच गया। पता नहीं कौन है।
Well, right now, full sense causing real victory. Global Esports. 17-8-4 is Privy. 10-2, 3-0 in Pistol so far. And if they make it 4-0, they might as well just throw in the towel.
It's a must-win. You just can't win anything.
And on the run,
पिस्टल नहीं जीत तो हार जाएंगे मतलब चांस भी जो है वो भी चला जाएगा पिस्टल नहीं जीत तो
site is empty. Get in with a plan. Chance and a hope. Lose the wall.
उसके पास बॉम्ब है he didn't realize that उसके पास बॉम्ब है इतना स्पेस लिया है इतना स्पेस दिया है तो रीक्लियर तो करेंगे ही
Swinging in. He's continuously able to find the headshot there on the Cruz. A little bit more, but he and Javi both will lose their lives. Some damage dealt, yes. But now, two-player advantage. Back to one. Shot there from Crystal. Now walled off. He's able to find himself two quick kills as
खुद
well.
को इतना आइसोलेट कर लिया है क्रिस्टल यहाँ पैनिक कर रहा है बैटमैन है 1 HP हार गया क्रिस्टल हार गया अच्छा टाइम नहीं है चलो बाय बाय बट क्रिस्टल जितना पैनिक कर रहा है क्या ही बोलूँ भाई
Was another moment where he went into that elbow, tucked in, and waited out full. Jin's just laughing. No care in the world right now. The lead that you have.
ये अच्छा मारा था उसने इसके पास पोजीशन नहीं थी he couldn't reset his aim
A little bit of noise. It's that kill. Pat, good for 2. Comes alive. He's been struggling this map. You know, we haven't seen the usual Patman we've come to expect here for Global Esports.
that's Platoon no Platoon
Picked apart. Applying too much damage. Well, gravity orb. Up. Where's that res? Leviathan now pushing forward, pushing the top.
I mean they definitely do have the idea
Trapping! Average APAC round as all hell breaks loose. But in the end, still going to be 3 players surviving.
still huge round from them ये जो भी था बेकार है
It's just so funny because you know with the way that smoke is placed, like Global Esports is very aware of what Full Sense is trying to do. Like there's no way you'd place that smoke that far forward, far forward unless you're just gonna sit it and still somehow Full Sense finds a couple kills. But it's okay. And you can see Patman, a little bit of a wry smile. They're well aware, and it's still difficult because Full Sense is just so engaged. Get their bone.
That suddenly starts leading a little bit more. Double push down though, and Patman will find one off the grip as Kalulu will get blocked. In there, outside falls, 3 position. Remy able to peel back some of the pressure. Yuzan going to be taken down. In the corner, spot out on the Crystal, using that cloud, which is a bit of a one-way, and Remy finds himself second. Patman now dead. And oh, Privy, he's looking for another 4-piece that he cannot find. It gets 3, 21-10 and 6. Full Sense will deny the bonus conversion from Global Esports. Now they're 2 rounds away, locking up their position in the grand final.
But you can't deny this guy. I mean, every time.
Bad.
You just let him go.
Yeah.
He's just off the chain and he starts taking rounds over. And look at they're just as a pack hunting. Bananas. Look at Sushi Boy.
I mean, it's like cheating.
It is. Oh. Thought he was gonna get that.
Fair whip. I've been pulling the angle. Liking his odds. This 1v1. So, okay. 1 damage. Yeah, okay, gets that kill, but
that's a bait, good bait.
So 1 for 1, the Viper now.
आज ना उदो मार पा रहा है ना बैट मार पा रहा है क्रिस्टल का छोड़ो वो तो कभी मारता ही नहीं है कोई मार ही नहीं पा रहा है तुम अगर मार ही नहीं पाओगे if you can't fucking shoot like win your 1v1s then what's the point I mean it's a fucking FPS game right you have to shoot right like that's a good slide from Udo भाई क्या one tap मार रहा है भाई लेविएटान माँ कसम
They were now know Hobby's position. Now scouted out. They know exactly where they're at. It's Autumn. Try to collect the weapon, grabs up that Vandal. 7 bullets remaining in its Leviathan. Going to be holding the fuse up to half. No, actually cancels it early. And then, as he tries to go back in for it, Autumn finds the perfect timing.
My God, अभी यार इनको चिल्लाना चाहिए. Aussie. ऋषभ, Aussie. भाई बहुत लेट हो गए भाई, छोड़ दे. तो रोयो ना पहुंचे लोग के पास. Come on फिर से. Aussie. Oi. Sounds like, how's the Josh? How high is it? Let's go!
Really nice set play between those two on the backside. Off each other very nicely.
You're not gonna lie. Whoa! I really want Crystal, GE to win at this point. That's the good thing, Crystal. You are not fucking scared of taking fights. Take fights, bro. For God fucking sake, take fights. Patty! Bye! Bless you. Why you won't expect? That's a very good thing. You are not fucking scared of anything. Just fucking fight. It's fine, but Neon has ulti. I'm sure he's not gonna ult. But who knows? He just ulted to get him a gun. Now Patty gonna find a gun. He gonna mark where is the gun. Patty gonna. Udo is. आज नहीं चल रहा है बेचारा, कुछ तो इशू हुआ है उसको. Nice shot. Leave it. Anyways, the bomb is down.
Spike is going to be going off. Cruz now just backpedaling. Help him in to try to survive. And it's with the Guardian, so it's
6-11.
Spike. So 5-round deficit now for Global Esports, trying to get themselves back into the series.
For sure, and now they're starting to make some good reads. They're starting to play together.
It's totally fine if you lose. It's totally fine. It's all good, guys. It's all good.
Nobody wants in that round. They're very aware of it. Crystal denies that orbs with the blade storm.
It's all good. If we lose, it's fine.
Shots here and there, but
Anyways, we are qualified for London. And फिर lower bracket finals भी तो है यार, क्या problem है? अभी जो next game जो होगा, I guess हो गया ना वो Paper X वाला game. तो पता नहीं, Paper X वाला game जो हुआ है उसके जो भी हारा है वो तो lower final में चला गया. नहीं, जो जीतेगा वो lower final में जाएगा, if I'm not wrong, right? I don't know what the fuck I'm talking. Yeah, T1 आई है ना वहाँ से. बस ये जी का रन जो है वो कारमाइन कॉर्प की तरह ना बन जाए, बस मैं यही चाहता हूँ, ना बने वैसा कारमाइन कॉर्प की तरह. कारमाइन कॉर्प की I remember that run from them, that was so good. They started very good at a good pace. उन्होंने तीनों इवेंट्स क्वालिफाई किए बट जीत नहीं पाए. ये पेपर एक्स का लास्ट ईयर तक का रन जैसा है वैसा कर सकते हैं, वैसा खेल सकते हैं, बट स्टिल बैटमैन इज वेरी काम. Fuck off, I don't care, it's too early. Nice one, Pat. Nice.
3K for it now. 4 rounds separating. Global Esports might have just got.
I like the fact that they are smiling at least, isn't it?
Feels like they've got hope, and there has to be a timeout here, I would think. Staff to talk about this because
nice shot.
They're getting a little too loose. He's starting to get in their groove, feel a little bit comfortable.
I really thought Crystal gonna kill it, bro. And somehow Patman shoot exactly where the SOA was. The Global Esports needs to talk because they're gonna pull out some miracle from their books.
What parts of the map here they want to try to cover? Obviously, you're running double duist again, so a lot of it's going to be trying to get some of those early advantages, trying to take some of those contact.
What the fuck is wrong with him? She might be thinking.
Their ability to hold that at bay, find
like
the
this.
hole, and then check their flanks, check for that extra layer that Full Sense is trying to go for. Start making their moves, finding that open space. In that round, they're able to set up just a great collapse because there's no mid control to speak of for full set. They just walk through the doors and then Jit and Cruz are completely surrounded.
Hey, Riot, make this sticker. May Riot make this sticker. Did I say Riot? Listen.
Oh, dear Lord.
Also, Esports got no plates open up. Decided to try to go for it.
Like they know that we have a BGMI player in my house. Sorry for that, guys. Excuse me. It's a Marshall, right? Yeah, it's a Marshall. I mean, they should understand at this point that the rotation is going through. And, okay, they are trying to clear mid. And B is heavy for some reason because GE tend to hit B on purpose sometimes. Like, it depends. Killua, UPUT, bro. Nice shot. Are you faking it? Yeah, you are clearly faking it. That was a good one. That was surely a good one. Patty is dead. 3v5. They should have just walked it down.
They have to be cognizant of this. Know that they can give it up this space.
But the Heaven guy will be a threat.
Is suspicious. Cannot stop him.
Okay, GG's.
Over
Well
the
played.
opposite side, Hobby's gonna set up with that slow
30
one.
seconds left.
Remy contained as best as humanly possible, but by himself for the moment. Get the reveal, and Remy is reading this approach from
He's
Crystal
so aware of
absolutely
it.
gorgeously. Another dash at the ready. Well, the Marshall will not be able to find the shot, but Kahlua absolutely does.
This was our round.
What a
We
round
fuck up
from
over
Full
here.
Sense. To break the
Show me the
momentum
map.
of global esports, they are now at match point.
And they just commit off of some early contact and lack of pressure towards Primi. They're saying, Primi, you're good enough with that rifle. We're just going to leave you on your own. The rest of us
Look
here are
at this.
going to set up. We're going to hide our positions, wait
I mean, we
for
fuck up.
any kind of
We fuck up
presence
over
from
here,
Global
bro.
Esports. They make a little noise.
Like
they,
over here.
They show their faces,
At middle.
and that's when we're going to spring into light. Got the players at top mid.
Kya hua?
I mean, that has to feel great as a coach, because I guarantee he read that round, he knew what he wanted, and he got exactly what he wanted.
Just playing whack-a-mole. Happening there in mid. Pops his head up, quick shot with the Sheriff. I mean, full sensor. The most dialed in that we have seen all year long.
And they've been just really feeling it since the playoffs started. I mean, 2-0 over KRX, 2-0 over T1, and it just continues here again today.
And, you know, a couple weeks ago, you would have, if you told, okay, Full Sense is going to pick Breeze, or Full Sense is going to let the Breeze go through against Global Esports, you would have said, well, that's ridiculous. That's stupid of them. It's the same thing as them, you know, deciding to take T1 over to Pearl. Right? They've shown that they can make these adjustments, they can get these reads, and really just pick apart the micro strategies that the other teams are trying to bring out.
That's a very broken buy.
After seeing them dismantle T1 on Pearl, I'm saying I saw the Breeze coming through.
I myself
They have
feel
a
like
game plan.
if
They have an
Udotan
idea
would have,
how to shut Global Esports down. They've been showing that
you know,
round over round.
It's crazy.
winning more
Being able to
duels,
fix some of those
it
and
would have
take
been
some of your
possible
opponent's best maps away
from
them. How
G to
deep
fight
that makes this
fight
game.
along with anyone. See, look at him. He can't do shit now because, of course, look at him. He's missing his these
Very well be
shots.
the final round. Crystal now dead. The spike on the floor. Autumn able to kill one back. Reveal out onto Hobby. Meanwhile, Patman off screen. Able to find a kill on the Glue at backside. Trying to push forward. Ends up losing his life. A bit overzealous here. Is Full Sense.
No, Autumn is low. Okay, Patty.
Now forward position. Patman
That's
will
Patman.
be the one to keep them into the match. Kills for
What do you think, G will win or lose?
4 rounds to go for Global Esports to try to
It's
push
cold.
this into overtime.
And it's just another one of those rounds from Full Sense where they
Sure.
just
No,
want
it's
to
not.
try to
You are
take
praying.
fights
Oh, my bad.
because they
Yeah,
feel
it's
like
not
they've got
cold,
the
bro.
advantage when they
It's
don't
on
need to.
now
They
in
be
20.
safe here
How it can be
and
cold.
just hold the line behind the pyramids, and they're probably fine. And
No, you tell me, you
Rimmy's
tell me.
looking, he knows Autumn is right out there, and he's looking for that moment when Autumn's hopefully scoped in towards the mid doors or something else. Autumn, great, road sniper, great on the chamber. solid map for sure. Players right around the corner here. Judge.
You don't have a SOA, you're contacting in front of a judge. But somehow you're able to get it. Crazy shit.
Find a kill, but look at Remy. Look at how on red this is gone. Finds the one, repeats, and Crystal will be able to sit him down once again.
He chose to hold the para. That's crazy.
3v3 now, a 3v2.
You know what's crazy?
Sort of Leviathan, but it looks like we're slated to have this map continue. But Boys driving that window has something else to say about it. Kalua is able to find Patman at the same time. Autumn now in a 1v2. For all the marbles for the map.
They're like way far.
Try to keep the team alive. Perhaps the
Don't
plan.
tell me you go A, okay? Imagine if he goes A and win this. Rishabh, shut up!
40 seconds. Does he just go all the way over to the A site? I don't know if he's going to, but he's
He
making
heard him, he
noise.
heard him.
They hear this. Kalua is right there in Nest. He has every idea, every bit of information that he could possibly want. Damn near has the angle, puts him down lower, 44 health, and then seals the deal. 13-8, a 2-0 in the series.
Well played,
The
everybody.
student has become the master as Cruz takes down his former coach in Frost. Full sense, punch their ticket to the grand final.
Wait, so T1 versus
It's a
Triple X
flawless run.
is
in
going
the
to start. I
playoff
thought there
for
was
Sense to get there, to
margins
have
earlier.
that
My bad. So
advantage
it's going to start
going
T1
into the
versus Triple X.
finals of
Whoever
Pacific
loses
to try to
goes
make themselves the
play
number
with
one
these guys.
seed out of the
Like, this
region
specific
for
upper finals.
London.
So lower
For
round,
Global Esports,
win,
this
whoever
Cinderella
win,
run
go here,
will be
right?
put on
These
pause
guys lost.
momentarily, but still
They will
some
be at
smiles.
lower
Autumn
finals.
trying to big up the boys. A tough match here today,
Cool.
but they get another
They'll be at
opportunity
lower finals,
potentially
right?
if they can get
If I'm
the
not
winner
wrong,
of Paper X
Global
T1.
Esports will be at
Try to
lower
get revenge.
finals.
Gonna have to be through that
Full
lower
sense is
bracket.
at grand finals. Whoever
Have
wins
to be
over
against
here
Full Sense again
goes
with a
here.
double map ban.
Right, which tomorrow.
What a victory
from
here for
3:30.
Full Sense.
Okay, I'm gonna stream tomorrow as well.
Back.
See you tomorrow.
Watch the next two series. T1 Paper
Well
X. Just
Not
after
gonna
this
lie, well
one.
played. Bye bye
Global
guys.
Esports versus
Thanks
the
for
winner of
watching.
that tomorrow in a best
Oh,
of
was
5.
screen like this
Plenty
the
of
whole
time
time?
to prepare,
No,
and
right?
they're going to continue
Because
to cook,
it
continue
was like
to
this
just
the
counteract
whole time,
teams.
if I'm not wrong.
My God, Full Sense. Right now, they are very favored
So,
to
yeah guys,
get that
bye bye.
first seed to London.
See you.
Oh, I
Good night.
don't doubt it. As long as their form,